Bam.
Once upon a time, and
I will never remember to skip that cutscene immediately. That'll be the death of me. So, I went too darn fast. Eto, I think so. Okay. I'll let it run for a little bit and then probably turn it off during a cutscene or something like that. I mean, you can play pretty much as bad as you want in the beginning here. Because it's just... it moves at a consistent pace. Unless that's wrong. Unless it gets slower if it's closer to you. Like, look at how easy it would be to just jump out of this pit. You have 2 fans on, so you couldn't... Oh yeah, because it's warm. Look at how easily I could just jump out of the pit if I wanted to.
The great crushing thing, the great cylinder, had stopped. Perhaps it was safe.
The great crushing thing.
How quickly it learned to use
it's kind of fine right now, fine-tuned.
But these things were not so much learned as they were
I think
remembered.
I died once.
Perhaps, the little Trebhum thought, they were a gift from the strange voice it heard in its mind. That, too, was a kind of memory.
Dang it. That was too far.
Just when it was starting to get used to its legs, the food from the jumping creature gave it new ones.
Gave it new
With the
ones.
right substance as a catalyst, a Trebhum can transform and adapt.
Man, I can't imagine getting down to like fractions of a second.
By this light, the Trebhum knew things it had not known before.
This fella got mushrooms growing on him.
Trebhum had carried this light for a long
He's just lounging around.
And it knew that now that responsibility had passed to the next generation. Yes, this young Trebhum had to carry the light to those great towers in the distance.
To those great towers in the distance.
It could have stayed here to learn many old things. But the cylinder would not allow it.
I gotta go backwards here.
Run, the inner voice said. Run.
Run.
The towers would not stop the cylinder unless they were activated.
They gotta be activated.
Quickly, the Trebhum had to step on the symbol or the cylinder would not be stopped.
Also, I like that your pattern is random whenever you spawn in. Sheesh.
The voice inside the Trebhum's memories assured it that while the tower stood, the Trebhum would be safe. The power of the eternal cylinder was contained for now.
For now. Cutscene.
This dust was not natural. Only a great Trebhum could create it. And so it was on the achievements of previous generations that the newborn Trebhum would have to rely.
Hey, fella.
Luckily,
no?
wise and
How about you don't do that?
Trebhum had passed
Get
through
away from me.
some time ago.
Wahoo! No, I almost went to the right. Great. 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 It's a time loss. These guys could suck up those mushrooms.
Somehow this
That would be pretty
ancient
cool.
statue transferred knowledge to the Trebhum.
I forget about the
It was as if
escape
a
button there.
memory had been stored inside it, waiting for someone to absorb it. And as soon as this knowledge had entered their minds, the Trebhum realized that there was a great library of information hidden away in the web of their memories. But why was the knowledge of a specific ingredient placed here in this Trebhum?
Each chapter has a very unique aspect of the speedrun. Yeah, this blood's the yapping.
It said, "You are young, so you never knew the time when our people could shapeshift at will. We Trebhum are inheritors of a vast tree of
Alright, I just
abilities.
turned off the fan. How does that
Abilities
sound?
passed on to all future Trebhum. But this power is being taken away. Beware the servants of the cylinder. They will seek to hurt you at every opportunity, and they have the power to rob you of your
I can see that guy's spine.
But if you persevere, one day you will find a way to
like a
protect
centaur.
yourselves from their evil light. Farewell, my brave friends. I fear I am too old and tired.
Too old
to
and
join you.
decrepit. Okay,
May you
boomer.
find a way to prosper in this time of struggles."
That was rude. "60 frames per second."
It was not easy to leave the cave, but the elder had urged them to go forward. Suddenly they felt the weight of their many tasks. To find their Trebhum siblings, to restore the powers their people had lost. And it all seemed
Oh,
a
he's
little
floating there.
daunting.
I hope he
Resumed
moves
its destruction.
somewhere else.
Nothing
Huh?
could stop it
Move
forever.
somewhere else? No?
They
Okay.
needed to roll to safety to find another tower to protect them quickly.
Let's hit a tree. I keep tripping on those bugs. I didn't trip on that one, but those bugs just sort of show up out of nowhere. I ain't expecting them. Oh, I ran out of stamina. I wasn't looking, evidently. But here's where I gather food with somebody else.
The Trebhum found themselves almost as lost as they had been in the beginning. But the voice in their
Everyone
memories
was a little
comforted
lost
them.
these days.
It was only natural to be confused, it said. They had been born into a strange, broken world, cut off from the history of their ancestors. Everyone was a little lost these days. What mattered was to keep going, to keep looking for answers, to keep carrying the light they held within them, the light that stopped the cylinder.
I'm gonna attract a few bugs.
In this strange, eerie temple, the Trebhum felt something stir in their memories. There was a great power in this place. Something from the days when even the elders were young. Perhaps it could
Hey, why is
help
that guy
them.
not following me? Do I just need this many people? Okay. That wasn't very good.
The Trebhum were disoriented for a moment.
Disoriented.
Something new had entered their memories and they needed to make sense of it. It seemed to be a map. And on this map, a location had been marked. If they understood correctly, there was some manner of serpent A guardian, a greater being of some kind, somehow linked to a safe haven. Could they find
Dang.
refuge there? Their
It's all dusty
ancestors
in here.
must have created this map for a reason.
Press the button. Pay attention. I ain't good at attention. I ain't good at paying attention. I only got like $3.
What manner of strange beast lurked behind the cylinder? The Trebhum were deeply unsettled by this new mystery. But though some part of them was curious, they were certain it would be best not to find out. The music slaps. It is threatening. It is vast. I'm eating here. As their fear faded, the Trebhum started feeling weak and tired. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger.
You also have to eat.
Luckily, one of the many gifts of the Trebhum is the
going to the
capacity
right,
to
to the
store
left here.
food in their bodies. But they still need to digest it to gain the vital energy that gives them strength. And for such small creatures,
So many bugs here.
they do require rather a lot of food. Fortunately, the
Not
savannah
just rather a
was
lot, it's
rich
a
in
frick
flora
ton.
and fauna, which would satisfy their
The
little
whole
bellies
darn frick ton.
without necessarily triggering a mutation.
Where's the tower? There it is. It was sort of blending in with that avocado tree. What's after this run? I get hungry. And then it's the trick, isn't it? Yikes. They should have been preparing more stamina wheel for that. But it's no bother. I need more than 3/4, or just to walk a little bit this way. Okay. See if I can get the jump. Easy peasy.
One by one, the yellow
One,
light cruelly
two,
burned away
3,
the Trebhum's
4.
abilities. The elder had
I
warned them
tripped
about
over a
the
bug.
evil light of the cylinder's
Ooh,
servants.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Now they knew what kind of creature to avoid.
The bugs are going to be the hardest part of this speed run. I ain't talking about no like glitches.
One by
I'm tripping
one,
over beetles over
the
here.
yellow
What?
light
1,
cruelly burned
2,
away
3,
the Trebhum's
4.
abilities.
Okay.
The elder
They
had
just sort of
warned them about
come out of
the
nowhere.
evil light of the cylinder's servants.
I swear, officer.
Now they knew what kind of creature
It came out
to
of
avoid.
nowhere. I couldn't see them. I just want to... that one bug. And it's happened before, where a singular bug stands in the way of me and an actual run. I need to look back and see if that bug materialized out of thin air. Man, this music slaps so hard. I'm sorry if it's annoying. Actually, I'm not actually sorry because I'm gonna keep doing it, but another bug. I jumped right over it, clear over it. So it's gonna be lightning now, so I can stand still and head just forward.
The cylinder roared with fury. The voice in their memories spoke with great urgency.
Great vengeance and furious anger.
Now. The cylinder would lash out at the lad,
Don't
but it
eat
would
me.
not let
That's a
them run
creature
too
right there.
far.
That creature would eat me given the
To
chance.
survive, they would have to
Bones,
stay in the eye of the
bones.
storm.
So we walk here so that my max stamina goes up. I wonder if standing in the blue makes your max stamina go up faster. Like, I know it fills your stamina, but I wonder if the max goes up just a little bit faster. That might help. If it did, I'm speculating. Can someone else pick up some food? Whoa, 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 whoa. Ouch. That was a close one. There's a bug there. Oops. I got me some big old eggs. Can't believe I tripped over a bug again. They just show up right where you don't expect them. The eternal cylinder is producing an electric barrier that you cannot cross. Outrunning the lightning strikes is not possible. Another bug. Will you? Got him. I'm a glowing fella. I'm a CIA agent. You? Quit trying to hit me with lightning.
As frightening and
You have to
surprising
keep in
as
mind
this
it's on the
enormous
ground.
creature was,
I can't just look at the
the
terrain.
Trebhum felt a sense of relief to see it descend from the sky.
Another bug.
This was the celestial being they'd been told to seek. Perhaps it held an answer to their troubles. Relieved at having bested the Guardian, the Trebhum now found themselves seeking the help
That's
they had been
the
promised.
dark maze skip that
Who
the other
would
guy
answer
found.
their
I forgot his name.
questions
Like
in
Skelly
this
something.
place?
This is the skip I found. I made this one. Keeping the cube so that you don't have to go through the whole thing.
Encountering another elder was a happy moment. The Trebhum asked how they might survive the cylinder, and the elder replied, "I can feel your fear, little ones.
I can feel
Ever
your
since this
fear,
cataclysm
little
began,
ones."
we have been seeking ways to stop it. But the cylinder is relentless and indestructible. It will consume everything in its path. So, perhaps what we need to do is go behind it. I have discovered a mutation that allows us to rise into the sky. You must seek a weeping tree
They
which
just-
grows a
they just
special
rose into the
fruit that
sky.
floats as it becomes ripe. It is the key to the transformation I have undergone. With it,
Ramen.
you can use geysers to float well above the cylinder's height.
In Hawaii?
My
What are you
only
gonna eat in
regret is that I
Hawaii?
have grown too old and weak to help you with this task. If you find any glimmer of hope on the other side, remember me.
Ramen. Get some
Farewell.
or a.
Sadness and fear filled the
They ain't got
Trebhum's hearts
nothing
as they
in
left the
Hawaii?
Elder's cave. Their
Is it-
only
is it all
path
just
to
expensive?
salvation was full of uncertainty, and they could not
You're gonna
forget
get
the thing they
what?
had seen lurking behind the cylinder, casting a dark shadow over this glimpse of light.
You know, the army probably just like shoves you into Hawaii, a place with a super high cost of living, tells you to stay there, and then pays you the same as someone in freaking Alabama.
The Trebhum had never seen this mysterious tree the Elder spoke of. They would have to keep moving forward and hope it lay somewhere ahead. The cylinder would give them no other choice.
Yeah. They don't account for the cost of living. Did I not grab stamina? That's wild. Since you don't have a dining facility, they pay you $100 extra per month. That's not enough. The line. The line. The line. The line? The line. Okay, there should be a clear line right to the
They
thing.
were still nowhere near the mysterious tree they were supposed to find.
This is run number 8.
But the
It
voice
is
in their
the
memories
hardest
encouraged
because the cylinder rubber
was
bands,
wise in matters of root and rock,
and
and it could sense the soil.
I'm
under their
gonna
feet
try to just
changing.
outpace its rubber banding
Step
by going
by step.
fast,
They were getting closer.
which is difficult to do. There's a stamina mist over there. I'm gonna see if I can skirt by it. I cannot. Can I? It is getting right on me. Come on. I'm on full stamina. I'm not even glowing yet. Easy peasy. We in there. I almost, if I tripped on that bug, that would be hilarious. Little ass. Look at how close that was. Now the cylinder guy's gonna come over. The game crashed. The game crashed. And that was a good run too. The game crashed though.
This is not.
Alright, we lost about a minute. Unless it crashes again. Okay.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder
The
servants?
crash. Yeah, he showed up for the crash.
Had warned them off? Its very form terrified the Trebhum. Even the voice and their memories seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called
The mathematician. Coincidence? Yeah, he crashed my game.
Finally, the weeping trees that
one
the
right
elder
here.
had told them to find were within the Trebhum's grasp. But though the Trebhum were
Whatever.
happy, they realized that they faced
different one.
a new challenge. The ripe fruit were floating out of reach, and the others were enclosed in a hard shell. They would have to find a way to crack them open.
Come on. Come on. One of these has to be within reach. Whatever. Ah, shoot. Bad run.
The mathematician vanished as quickly as he had appeared, back to what? What lay behind the
I did it for a
cylinder?
few runs.
Even with the ability to float, overcoming the cylinder would have to be done very carefully. What they needed was a geyser that was well positioned, close to the cylinder, when it lay still.
Oh yeah, earlier
Or
I
their
went too
plan
fast.
would never work.
And
They would have to
I went
keep
past the
looking.
blue before it
And
turned into a
meanwhile,
blue.
They would try not to think
And
about
so it
what
didn't
sort of
trigger the
monster
cylinder.
could kill one of the flying serpents.
Uh-oh, evil light? Okay. It smells like water here for some reason. Game over. They weren't in the grass. So you know that that bridge where you have to outpace the light? There was a bug right on there, and I bonked it, and they took my cube.
dream inside the strange giant's mind. The voice that spoke to the Trebhum seemed different. It was less like a memory,
Also,
more like something
run number 8, like right
alive.
before you get
But
to that
there were
area with all the
so many
servants.
other voices
The
too,
cylinder rubber
lost
bands
in
there,
this
and it
place.
is exceedingly difficult because we go so fast.
I remember
Because it's
the
trying to catch up
mountains
to
of
you.
my home, the vast forests, the clouds hanging low overhead, the cities in the valleys where the rivers ran. I remember the faces of my children and the songs we sang when the stars rose high. But I have forgotten
Also,
the names
there was
of
one
these
time
things, and
when the
slowly
mathematician
one
was like picking me
melts
up
into
here
the other.
that my guy died.
My children
My guy
will
died
become
during
mountains,
like the getting
forests
picked up
will become
animation.
songs, and then all will become one and be nothing.
There was something hidden in this place, and the voice wanted the Trebhum to find it.
I remember a city built in the desert in defiance of thirst. When night fell, it shone like
It's Sean.
and even the stars envied its brightness. Poets and scientists gathered from around the world, and its great observatories scoured the sky.
Oh, you have your inventory here. That's
Beauty.
wild.
That is where we first saw the new star.
Each voice was a memory, a song from a forgotten time, slowly fading. But some of these memories were Trebhum memories, memories of things the Trebhum had once been capable of. Perhaps, the voice suggested, these could be reclaimed.
I remember how our towers stretched out to the sky, yearning for the stars. They were symbols of our best and our worst. I remember our voices echoing in the canyons as we fought for change, for a world that was different.
A world that was different.
Then it came, and the towers fell, and there was no more difference.
Alright, see you, Natsuki.
Where are our voices now? Where are our songs? I only hear one, and it is
And it is eternal.
eternal.
As the memories returned to the Trebhum, old abilities stolen by the cylinder were finally restored. But there was so much more.
The voice was
The voice
weakening.
had answers, but it was weakening. Frightening as it was, the Trebhum would have to come back.
It would have to come back.
This was a place of death and nothingness. There were no answers to be found here. The voice and their memories urged them to return to the lands of the living.
Go up. Dang. Sabotage? There we go.
A profound feeling of futility overcame the Trebhum.
Even with the crash.
Despite having
Absolutely miraculous.
survived their encounter with the mathematician, they were back to where they'd started. To make matters worse, ahead of them lay the cold and
There is
snowy
plenty of
lands
time